Why, hello everyone, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and we're going to talk a little bit today about terrorism. Yay! I live in America, and inside of America, there's this huge underlying fear of terrorists. Terrorist! Well, at least the news media wants to feel like that there's a huge fear of terrorists, but really, there's not. I never go any certain day or time where I'm fearing for my life because I'm worried that somebody's going to blow a car up in front of my house. And the fact is that one person gets sniped in California doesn't mean terrorist. It's just a new language that people are creating to create fear. And I hate to use the term police state, but that's what this country's kind of going to. But in the same aspect, maybe we've always been a police state and we just didn't realize it until the invention of the iPhone. The iPhone allowed us to start everybody having a camera, a high-definition camera at their fingertips. Something that was very rare or odd back in the early 90s because cameras were just big brick things that you kind of carried on your shoulder. But anyway, terrorist is just a new code word to kind of fuck with you and take your rights away. I've never once in my life met a terrorist. Just imagine if the Texas school shooter back in 1960s, 1950s, somewhere in that ballpark. Just imagine when he climbed that damn tower and he started popping off Texas University students left and right. He wasn't a terrorist back then. He was crazy. Since when in this country did we go from being crazy to being terrorist? And it's kind of funny how they labeled certain people. Like, for example, the guy who shot up the theater, the Batman guy, the Holmes dude. He's not a terrorist. He's a crazy person. But the guy who sniped somebody on a power line is a terrorist. Why is that? Also, off the top of my head, this has no related to the topic itself. Why is it all the court shows that if the judge is white, the guard's black? And vice versa. I don't know. Mysteries of our modern society. What labels a person a terrorist? Is a terrorist at large? Is if he got shot after he shot somebody at the power grid, will he no longer be a terrorist? Because he can't spread his fear regime? Like, who the hell actually wants to spread fear? These guys aren't terrorists. Terrorists would, literally try to scare you into a way of thinking or a line of thinking. These guys are pretty much guys trying to make a change from the inside with actual action. Like, for example, this might not be a very popular opinion, but it's going to be an opinion that I feel is very valid. Let's look at the Iraqi War. The Iraqi War, we ran into the country with no probable cause. The probable cause that we used to go into Iraq was that they had weapons of mass destruction. How many motherfucking weapons of mass destruction did we find? Zero. Found zero motherfucking weapons of mass destruction. And on the flip side of that, we were appalled that they would fight our U.S. military. Don't get me wrong, my family's U.S. military. My brother was a medic. He did 2 tours, one in Afghanistan, one in Iraq. And I have no qualm with the U.S. military. But at the same time, I understand why they got fought. Because guess what? If somebody came up in my yard with a tank and guns and wanted to shoot my family, shoot my dog, drive over my car with their fucking tank, there's a good chance I want to fight back too. Dead serious. And that's what war is. War is a lose-lose situation. The only people that win in war are government contractors. People that are used to rebuild people that drop food supplies on it. There's always been that joke that America bombs you and then bombs you with food. And that's a reason, because that's the way the government works, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. But this bullshit where everybody's a fucking terrorist, there's no terrorist in America. I don't believe one goddamn thing. You want to do your fucking Nazi checkpoint stops. You want to stop and, warrantless searches. You want to do all this other bullshit with me? Don't bullshit me with terrorists. I'm not afraid of terrorists. I'm not afraid of going to the airport without the TSA. You know why? Because bombs have been able to get on planes since planes existed. So it happened one motherfucking time that people hijacked a plane with a box cutter. And at the same aspect, if they tried that shit now, they would get their shit ruined. They would be decapitated on that plane if you come up with a box cutter. Because before that point, The only way the people that were took hostage generally had to wear the underwear for 3 days. They didn't have any aspect that they would get ran into a building. Do that shit now on a plane. You better have TSA there to save you. It's bullshit. The whole idea of terrorists is bullshit. And I wonder who the fuck are these people that are afraid of the terrorist? Because I'm not. Are you? Let me know.